To begin our program, may we call on DPWH Secretary Manuel Embonoan to give his welcome remarks and presentation of the DPWH accomplishment with audio-visual presentation.
Your Excellency, President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., Senior Undersecretary in the Department of Public Works and Highways, and may I acknowledge also the presence of our colleague in the department who has actually used his professional career in the department. Now he is a congressman. Congressman Ador Preto. My friends, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, it is the distinct honor of the men and women of the Department of Public Works and Highways to have you with us in celebrating our 125th founding anniversary with the theme, Makasaysayang Daan Tungo sa Maunlad na Kinabukasan. If we think about it, our 125th anniversary coincides with the 125th Philippine independence, and therefore this agency was one of the first government agencies created in the same year the Philippine independence was declared. In fact, 11 days after the proclamation. And therefore, without saying it, it must have been thought
Saan mo nararamdaman ang presensya ng Diyos sa iyong buhay?
Mahalaga ka sa Panginoon.
Sa bawat suliranin, ika'y hindi niya pinababayaan.
Salamat, Panginoon.
Kasama mo ang Panginoon magmula noon hanggang ngayon at sa habang panahon.
Salamat, Panginoon.
Kasama natin ang Diyos. Samahan si Pastor Chris sa kanyang misyon na ipahayag ang Ebanghelyo ng Diyos tuwing Sabado alas 7 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga, Atmosphere for Miracles, kasama si Pastor Chris dito sa PTV4.
Bigyan natin ng bagong buhay. Isang mensahe ng pagpapahalaga sa ating kapaligiran. Check out your dream machines with veteran journalist Ron De Los Reyes in one of the longest-running motoring shows on Philippine television. Auto Review. Saturday afternoon.
Administration. Mr. President, there
Susunod sa aksyon laban sa kahirapan. Kawalan ng trabaho sa bansa, paano nga ba sinusolusyonan ng TUCP, TESDA at DOLE?
Ang mga manggagawa po ang lumilikha ng yaman ng bansa.
Hangad natin, nabanggit nga ninyo, permanente dekalidad na trabaho, may mga benepisyo para sa mga manggagawang Pilipino. Sagot ito sa kahirapan.
Aksyon laban sa kahirapan. Sabado ng hapon, dito sa inyong People's Television. Health Watch, alertong pangkalusugan. Mag-ingat sa dengue. Ang dengue ay isang viral infection na nagmumula sa kagat ng lamok na Aedes na sanhi din ng iba pang sakit gaya ng Zika virus at chikungunya. Ito ay nagdudulot ng mataas na lagnat, pamamantal, pananakit ng kasukasuan at kalamnan, panghihina, pagdurugo ng ilong, at pagsusuka at pagdurumi na may kasamang dugo. Ang mga sintomas ay karaniwang nagtatagal mula 2 hanggang 7 araw. Sa unang sinyalis ng dengue, kumonsulta agad sa doktor, uminom ng maraming tubig at magpahinga at inumin ng mga gamot na nireseta. Iwasan din ang pag-inom ng aspirin at ibuprofen at ikonsulta muna sa inyong doktor kung iinom ng herbal o alternative medicine. Tandaan, ang kalinisan ang pinakamabisa nating panlaban sa dengue. Sa panahon ng sakit, dapat laging listo. Sa paglipanan ng maling balita, dito ka na sa Subok at Totoo. Kumpletong pagtatalakay sa mga usaping pambayan at mga programa ng pamahalaan. Dito nyo malalaman. Samahan ang veteranong mamamahayag na si Aljo Bendijo sa Public Briefing. #LagingHandaPH.
One of only 4 departments created with the rise by the Philippine Revolutionary Government 11 days after it declared independence. From then on, a series of reorganization transformed the infrastructure agency known today as the Department of Public Works and Highway, created by EO 124 series of 1987. A total of 43 esteemed gentlemen has taken the helm of the department, from Baldomero B. Aguinaldo as the first secretary to Secretary Manuel M. Bonoan as the incumbent. History bears witness to the numerous landmark projects that changed the lives of the Filipinos and benefit us even up to this day. One of the early landmark projects of the department's precursor is the 41-kilometer Cannon Road in 1905. This construction made the once secluded city of Baguio as a well-known tourist destination that it is today. The Epifanio de los Santos Avenue is a vital thoroughfare in Metro Manila that opened the gates of opportunities for business and industrial hubs. The second longest road in the Philippines, the Manila North Road, connects Metro Manila to Apari in the north. The National Museum of the Philippines, home to the Philippine culture and the arts, takes us a trip down memory lane to the various chapters of country's colorful history. The famous Cultural Center of the Philippines, designed by a national artist for architecture, the heart of the country's performing arts. The country's longest bay bridge to date and part of the Maharlika Highway, a vital link between Samar and Leyte. The San Juanico Bridge improved regional connectivity in Visayas. Situated at East Avenue, Quezon City, the 3-story National Kidney Institute, specializing in renal diseases and organ transplants, can accommodate roughly 400 patients. The longest bridge in Mindanao, the Macapagal Bridge, or the second Magsaysay Bridge that crosses the Agusan River, is the 3rd longest cable-stayed bridge in the Philippines. The towering Agas-Agas Bridge, the tallest bridge in the Philippines, spared the motorists of southern Leyte from landslides during heavy rains. The highly urbanized Iloilo City is a sanctuary for biodiversity through the longest linear park in the country, the 9-kilometer Iloilo River Esplanade. The battle-scarred Marawi City, after 5 months of armed conflict, slowly recovered its lost glory through Marawi Transcentral Road. The world-renowned island of Boracay, a haven for local and foreign beachgoers, made even more accessible with Boracay Circumferential Road. At the height of the global pandemic brought by the surging contagion of COVID-19, DPWH facilitated the immediate construction of much-needed health facilities nationwide. At the onset of a bolder administration, 2016 marked a historical shift in the department. The launching of the Build, Build, Build program signaled the birth of a new era. Among the more recent landmark accomplishments is the 680-meter Binondo Intramuros Bridge. It's a sight to behold in the city of Manila, a token of friendship between Philippines and China, and a modern architectural art. Never in the history of Philippine government did the DPWH launch an infrastructure thrust as ambitious, as massive, and as grand. Yet this survived the change under the administration of President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr., adopted and expanded it as a policy direction.
We shall confidently build on this firm foundation established by my predecessor.
The DPWH continues to ramp up infrastructure development, rebranded under the Build Better More program. It carries the same goal of ramping up infrastructure development to redound greater benefits to the Filipinos. For 125 years, the men and women of the department, marked by undying commitment to serve, delivered the much-needed infrastructure in the country in celebration of its 125th founding anniversary, with a fresh strategy at hand and a new vision to look forward to. DPWH will remain a force to be reckoned with. Indeed, as we recover from the pandemic and as the country ramps up its economy, the Filipino people can expect no less in the next 100 years to come.
Thank you, Secretary Bonoan. At this point, we will now proceed to the awarding of the most outstanding DPWH regional and district engineering offices for calendar year 2022. May we request the President, together with Secretary Manuel Bonoan, to lead in the conferment of the awards. And now, for the District Engineering Office category, out of the 193 district engineering offices nationwide, the management agreed to confer awards to the top 3 district engineering offices. For the second runner-up, may we call on the Batangas 2nd District Engineering Office. Receiving the award is District Engineer Sonia D. Paglikawan of Batangas 2nd District Engineering Office. Next awardee, the first runner-up is Pangasinan 2nd District Engineering Office. Receiving the award is Pangasinan 2nd District Engineering Office, District Engineer Edita Manuel. And the most outstanding District Engineering Office is Pangasinan 4th District Engineering Office. Receiving the award is Region 1 Assistant Regional Director Matias L. Malinab, who is the concurrent District Engineer of Pangasinan 4th District Engineering Office. For the most outstanding regional office, congratulations to the DPWH Regional Office Number 1. Receiving the award is DPWH Region 1 Director Ronel M. Tan. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Once again, congratulations to all the recipients of the 125th anniversary Most Outstanding DPWH Regional Office and District Engineering Office awardees. And now, may we call on Secretary Manuel M. Bonoan to introduce our guest of honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Maraming salamat. Thank you very much to Secretary Manny Bunuan for your introduction. Please take your seats. The Senior Undersecretary and Emil Sadayan and the other officials and staff of the Department of Public Works and Highways, my fellow workers in government, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am, of course, very glad to be here with you to celebrate the 125th founding anniversary of the Department of Public Works and Highways. It originally started as a Department of War and Highways. Doon nag-umpisa, gaya kakatapos lang nung gera. But you can see that the importance that our founding fathers who founded in fact, the first secretary was the cousin of Emilio Aguinaldo. Kaya in other words, dinagay niya sa kamay ng trusted niya dahil maliwanag naman sa kahit na sino na namumuno, kapag pagagandahin natin ang ating bansa, kailangan talaga yung infrastruktura. That is a basic element. So that is why you have a long and celebrated history stretching back many centuries. The department's accomplishments have not only changed our landscapes, but defined our society as a whole. From the majestic government buildings, the large projects such as dams and irrigation systems, bridges, highways connecting our many islands, the public works has been at the front and center of the planning and construction of it all. It has also been responsible for building flagship projects such as San Juanico Bridge, Cultural Center of the Philippines. Baka naman sabihin nila, pangkalsada lang at saka tulay ang Department of Public Works. Tignan naman ninyo, award-winning yung Cultural Center, tapos hindi lamang yun, yung inyong ginawa ng mga ospital na sinimulaan ng aking nung First Lady noon, First Lady Imelda, ay sinimula niya lahat ng mga ospital na specialty hospital. At ang DPWH din ang nagtayo lahat niyan. Kaya kuminsan ay hindi nalalaman ng taong bayan. Akala nga nila kasi pag inisip public works and highways, yan tulay yan at saka highway. Kailangan malaman ng tao na hindi lamang yun, na kahit na sa mga social projects na hindi mo sasabing infrastructure project pero nagtatayo nga ng ospital, naglalagay nga ng mga cultural center, ay nakita ninyo sa buong buhay at kasaysayan ng Pilipino, nasa gitna lagi ang Department of Public Works. Meron pa, yung nabanggit ni Sec Manny, yung Pan-Philippine Highway na galing Lawag sa Ilocos Norte hanggang Zamboanga, na konekta, that everything was connected and brought Filipinos even closer together. So these are just a few in a very long list of accomplishments that the DPWH has built over the course of 1.25 century. You should be proud, for each of you has contributed not only to the building of these structures, but to the building of the nation as a whole. With these achievements in mind, I express my warmest gratitude to all the officials and employees who work in the department and the attached agencies and bureaus for serving the Filipino people faithfully for these 125 years. It is an example to all of us that through your dedication and industry, that we now have structures that produce opportunities, facilitate commerce, increase mobility, and protect the lives of our people. I also extend my special congratulations to the awardees we recognize today for exemplifying the core values of the department and for leaving an indelible mark in our society and among the people whom they serve. Yung lamang naman, parang napupun ako, parang kilala ko lahat yung mga dumaan dito ng may hometown, si Yusek people, tawa ng tawa. Alam niyo. But I suppose kasi marami kami talaga binibigay na trabaho sa kanila, and they have served well. So I congratulate them for all the hard work. Now, it will not only be in specific parts. At nakita naman natin dun sa video na napakadaming malalaking proyekto na ating gagawin ngayon. Sec Manny mentioned the golden age of infrastructure. Well, hindi pa naman, wag natin patapusin yung golden age of infrastructure. Ipagpatuloy natin ang golden age of infrastructure ngayon dahil naman kailangan ng ating mga kababayan. So to the awardees and to all of the members of the Department of Public Works and Highways, I hope your example will inspire your colleagues and the new generation of public workers to follow your lead. Build on your legacy and work for the benefit of the Filipino people. So as we celebrate this milestone, it continues to be my hope that everyone in the Department of Public Works will remain steadfast in its mandate as well as stay committed to fulfilling this administration's 8-point socio-economic agenda by committing to construct and finish critical infrastructure projects on time, on schedule, and under budget. In line with this, I urge you to continue streamlining your procedures, preventing delays and costs and overruns, and enforcing transparency measures in all government projects and transactions. You are not alone in this. The entire government is there working with you to bring the synergies that we can bring together, to make the government more efficient, to make the bureaucracy more modern, more aware of all the new technologies and techniques that are available to us that we can use to our benefit. So let us work on that together, because what we have initiated is something that I am sure you have heard before, and it is not solely, we talk to the Department of Public Works, we talk to the Department of Tourism, we talk to the Department of Education, na yan lang. We are trying to put together a system that will work and will help each other. And so always remember this. Not always, despite the fact that I will probably say that any joint project, the Department of Public Works will be the lead department for the simple reason that you are the largest lead. But there are many agencies, and there, of course, are all the other departments, and for that matter, my own office are there behind you to support you, to make all that we undertake a success. At this point, it is probably a good moment to shift the focus now beyond just physical infrastructure and embrace the concept of inclusive and accessible design. Acknowledge the needs of all individuals, including people with disabilities, pregnant women, the elderly, the very young. Incorporate elements of our culture and history into our infrastructure designs to foster a sense of pride and belonging amongst our communities. We will harness the power of technological advancements and innovations in the development of our infrastructure systems. And most importantly, ensure and benefit from it. It is one thing I have learned that we have to always also remember. Kung minsan, pagka nag-iisip tayo at pinag-uusapan natin ang isang proyekto, yan, sabi maganda ito, we will build a building or we will build a bridge, and we will do it this way, itong design, ganyan-ganyan. Okay, so what people sometimes forget is that the decision that we make today, we will have to live with for the next 80 to 100 years. So, wag natin lang iisipin kung ano yung maganda ngayon. Kailangan tumagal ito. Kasi hindi lang na, after 10 years, di natin gigibayin yun. Ang laki-laki ng binayad natin para diyan. So, it has to stay relevant. Well, first of all, it has to physically survive that kind of time period. But more than that, it is built and designed in such a way that that which we
Calling all sports fanatics. Huwag palalampasin ang pinakamainit na sports news. Silipin natin ang latest updates, highlights at komentaryo tungkol sa inyong mga paboritong athletes, sports teams at personalities. Stay ahead of the game. Kasama sina Meg Shozon, Bill Velasco at Sheila Salaysay. PTV Sports. Lunes hanggang Biyernes alas 7:30 ng gabi at tuwing Sabado alas 4:30 ng hapon. Dito lang sa PTV. Disaster Watch, kahandaan ngayong panahon ng El Nino. Ang El Nino ay isang kondisyon ng panahon kung saan ang tubig dagat sa gitna ng silangang Pasipiko ay umiinit at naghahatid ng matinding pagbabago sa klima. Ito ay nagdadala ng matinding tagtuyot at malalakas na bagyo at pag-ulan. Ayon sa mga eksperto, nahaharap tayo sa isang tumitinding El Nino sa mga darating na buwan. Kaya kahandaan ang kailangan. Mag-monitor ng panahon at tumutok sa mga weather update. Panatilihing malusog ang katawan. Magtipid ng paggamit ng tubig at kuryente. Kung gagamit ng aircon, iset ang thermostat sa pagitan ng 22 hanggang 25 degrees centigrade. I-report ang mga tagas ng tubig at ang mga iligal na koneksyon sa inyong lugar. Matuto ng wastong pag-iimbak ng tubig ulan. At para naman sa mga kababayan nating magsasaka, mag-invest sa hybrid rice at high-value crops at makipag-ugnayan sa ating mga local agricultural expert upang tayo ay magabayan. Sa panahon ng kalamidad,
The DPWH Undersecretaries and may request the Assistant Secretaries to please prepare. Thank you, Undersecretaries. Please exit to your left. Now, the Assistant Secretaries. Regional Directors, please prepare. Thank you, Assistant Secretaries. Now, the Regional Directors. May we request the Unified Project Management Office Directors and Bureau Directors, please prepare. Thank you, Regional Directors. Now may we call on the Unified Project Management Office Directors together with the Bureau of Directors. Service directors, please prepare. Thank you, Upo directors and bureau directors. Please exit the right part of the stage. Now, the service directors. Thank you, service directors. And that concludes our program proper. May we now request Secretary Manuel Bunoan together with His Excellency to join in the diorama exhibit at the back of the stage. To all those officials, kindly stay on your seats. To all the officials, please stay on your respective seats. We would like to request everyone to please remain seated until the President has left the venue. Sa ngalan ng pamunuan at hanay ng manggagawa ng DPWH, maraming salamat po, mahal na Pangulong Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.,